Yo, LATD Nation, man, what is good? As always, we are back in here once again. No need to even introduce ourselves. Y'all already know. Shit, what we talking about today?
So recently, there was a certain award show that comes on annually, and that was the Grammys.
Yes, sir. We already know Grammys, no introduction. Pretty much the most prestigious award in music. And, pretty much an event that's always been reserved for the upper echelon. Like, these are supposed to be the artists that set the culture and set the trends. And, like, these are the artists that are at the highest height of their game. Now, obviously, the Grammys in a lot of years has caught a lot of controversy for various different reasons, particularly when it comes to hip-hop.
Right.
Prime example being 2019, when Travis Scott, of course, Up for Astroworld, which has become legendary. Very influential, classic album.
In a lot of different
ways.
ways.
Not even just in rap, just period. Because, if you were there in 2018 and 2019 in the middle of the Astroworld era, you understood just how significant this project was. It was more than just an album. It was a moment in time. And it lost to Cardi B's Invasion of Privacy. Now, we already know what a controversy that was. We don't really need to rehash the issue, but that right there is one of many instances where people feel the Grammys are out of touch or they're not really clued in as to what the general public is feeling.
Right.
So, with that being said, this year's Grammys, Grammys 2025, overall, to be real with you, I thought it was a decent show.
Same.
I actually really enjoyed it. I thought that the performers were pretty solid. I thought it was pretty well paced. I thought that they did a pretty overall good job of balancing, the performances with the presentations. They handed out a pretty good amount of awards in a, pretty briskly paced time frame. So, first of all, we're not going to really waste any time in it. Get to it, man. Kendrick Lamar, he walked away with the most Grammys, the most wins, won in every single category he was nominated for guess what?
Not Like Us.
Yep, Not Like Us, man. This song, almost a year later, has continued to kind of, I guess, live on even past the beef.
Yeah, no, honestly, yeah. It's crazy how many L's Drake is taking.
Nah, for real.
Throughout 2024 and this year alone.
Literally going into 2025, still getting his ass whooped from last year, a residual ass whooping.
Exactly, man. This man taking so many L's, like, he's suing Universal. And then he's suing No Life Shaq, one of the YouTubers.
He's trying to sue
a real
Kai.
famous is trying to sue Kai. Yeah, really.
Just a very weak look for somebody who's supposed to be of hip hop culture, but ain't gonna dive too much into that. Not Like Us won Record of the Year, Best Rap Performance, Song of the Year,
right.
Best Rap Song, and Best Music Video. It is officially the most Grammy awarded song in the history of the ceremony.
Really?
Yes. Won every single category. He won 5 Grammys off of one song. And what's crazy is that G and X just barely missed the cutoff to be eligible for the Grammys this year. So I feel like he probably would have won even more.
Right. I know we mentioned this back in our Grammy nominations video. That at first I was disappointed about all the ones who were nominated just in general. But actually watching the Grammys themselves, I wasn't too mad at it. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't too mad that Doechii won too.
Yeah, for sure.
And pretty much it was a whole top dog night. SZA won as well.
Yeah, SZA won, Kendrick won, Doechii won. Like, everybody from Top Dog from that camp was eating, for real.
Right.
It's a shame Q didn't win anything, but I mean,
Q, yeah, he should. Was he nominated for anything?
I don't
anyway?
think Q was even nominated this year.
That's right. I think Q should have got nominated for Blue Lips because great album, But
it's
but
the Grammys. They can only get stuff so right. They gotta get something wrong every now and again.
Right, because I don't know why they nominated Death of Slim Shady. But one thing I will say too, though, I'm gonna get this out of the way. Rhapsody won last night as well.
Did she?
Yeah, she did. I forgot which. She actually did. She win best. I think she won best melodic rap performance.
Maybe, yeah, because I know obviously Kendrick won best rap performance overall. I believe. So yeah, that's good for her because
Rhapsody's super underrated.
That's a name that doesn't really get thrown a lot. That's a name that doesn't really get thrown around a lot. not even just in hip hop, but just in the wider
general.
just canon of music. So it's good to see that, you know, Rhapsody's kind of getting her respect. Long overdue. Happy to see it. But yeah, your takeaways on Kendrick, you know, winning these 5 Grammys in one night, sweeping
well deserved
every category that he was not. It's crazy.
Well deserved. It is really crazy because I'm gonna be honest. None of them really had a chance to go up against Not Like Us. Because Not Like Us as a diss track is really good. We already know, but it as a song by itself is also really really good.
Yeah,
like it's catchy. It plays well in the club. Like all jokes aside, if it wasn't, you kind of got to thank Drake. If we're being honest. You know what I'm saying?
That's what the Drake stands have been saying all up and down academics comment sections in his Insta. Which, yeah, you know, academics, you know, he got a weird case. Why is he still around? But
right, and then
that's a whole different issue. If you know, you know.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, Kendrick definitely set a statement for the whole rap world, and he's just been going stupid since the what was it? His verse on Metro and Future.
Ever since Like That.
Thank you.
Because if this is February, I believe that verse came out in March. So the thing that it's been almost an entire year and he hasn't slowed down at all.
Exactly.
He had an album that with no promotion did almost 400K first week. He getting ready to go on tour with SZA. He's getting ready to perform at the Super Bowl this upcoming weekend.
Mm-hmm.
He's just on a generational run, not even just as a rapper, but as an artist. Like, Kendrick, where he's at right now, I honestly didn't think that Kendrick could... Because by the time Damn came out and really after it with Steppers, I feel like Kendrick was at a point to where he was just a legacy act that couldn't be touched. I didn't really think that his legacy could be heightened. I didn't think that there was really much anything else he could do to really elevate himself. I felt like he was already at a point where
he didn't have anything left to prove.
Anything else to prove. But somehow he's managed to go up to a way bigger height than he's ever been.
Oh yeah, above and beyond.
Yeah, and that's just crazy to see. But it's a testament to, you know, real artistry is still winning. The real creators are still out here eating, and that's just a good thing to see.
Praise God.
That's a great thing to see. But on to the next biggest win. You know, what everybody's pretty much been talking about to come out of this Grammys. Beyonce's Cowboy Carter not only did it win Best Country Album and won Best Album, the first black woman to win Best Album at the Grammys since 1999 with Lauryn Hill. What's your take on that? I know you have some stuff to say. I know you being a big Beyonce fan, I want to hear straight from the horse's mouth what you think. You wasn't messing with Texas Hold'em? This ain't Texas. Ain't no
Nah, bro. Sorry for the long pause, but I don't really have a lot to say other than
full disclosure. I never listened to Cowboy Carter, so
me neither. I haven't listened to it at all.
My opinion into it in terms of its quality as a project, I might have to listen.
But I will say this: I'm not about to, but I don't think if they got songs like Texas Hold'em on it, and I know I'm gonna sound like a hater, but I didn't think Texas Hold'em was really that good, to be honest.
I enjoyed it.
Naturally.
That's just me though.
But my thing is, like, I've never really been the biggest Beyonce fan, but with all the albums that she album of the year nominations she's had, she wins with this one.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Why does it have to be a country album? I'm not implying anything, so don't be in the comments of, oh, Jay's a hoo-ha. But out of all albums that she wins this award on, that she's been chasing for years, for some reason, she's the only one that people can focus on as far as black women being nominated for album of the year. But
that's facts. You remember in 2017 when Adele won over her for I believe Adele was up for 25 at the time and Beyonce was up for Lemonade, and Adele actually broke the statue so they could share that.
Right. If anything, if I will say this, if Beyonce were to win, Lemonade should have been the one that should have been that one.
That was a generational album. I remember like how impactful it was at the time, and that was just, even now I have never listened to Lemonade, but you know, I remember being there for how much of a hold it had on pop culture, how many people were tweeting it, how many people were, I guess, quoting it or whatever the case may be. So, yeah.
Like, I wouldn't consider myself a Beyonce hater, but congratulations to her. I mean, then again, I don't know. I wouldn't consider myself a hater, but like I said, congratulations to her. I think Lemonade should have been the album of the year for that year, if anything.
Yeah, I feel that.
But
I mean, we didn't listen to her project, so we can't really attest to its quality, though.
I still think, in my opinion, it might be overrated. I'm sorry. It's just general consensus. Beyonce for me is kind of overrated, in my opinion. At least I think that there's more talented artists out there than her. Personally, not even that don't get recognized as much as she does. And that's just my 2 cents. Please don't call me a hater. That's just ever since a kid, just hearing her music as a kid, everybody's like hyping it up, like, oh snap, Beyonce's so talented. That she is, but Beyonce's music is so good. It's generational. It's whoop whoop whoop, and it just sounds like any other record that I've heard before. So it's like, what do you like? Single Ladies, for example, like, and then.
I feel like what people really appreciate about Beyonce is not only her, in terms of just her singing ability, but also her ability to put on a show.
Maybe,
you can't watching a Beyonce concert, whether it's online or whether it's in person. Pretty much the general consensus is that Beyonce is one of, if not the best performer of her generation.
I'll give her that.
If you really do watch Beyonce shows and how elaborate and intricate it is, how much she just seamlessly goes from singing to dancing and all these different things, you got to give her that. She's very
right. I'll give it. No, give her that.
For sure has earned her spot at the top, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's just from a music standpoint. Personally, that's just it with me.
I feel you.
Now, with her winning country album of the year, okay. I'll listen to the album. I'll listen to it. But my thing is, her winning country, I don't have a problem with that. I don't see an issue with that. But a lot of other people might. I'll let you get.
For a lot of different reasons. We're not gonna get too much into it, man.
We know, ain't really that many different reasons.
Oh no, for sure. Nah, we know what it is.
Exactly, we know what it is.
I'm not gonna get into it, but we already know there's a controversy going on right now. People saying that Billie Eilish should have won a Grammy for Best Album of the Year over Beyonce. Now, I did listen to Billie's album.
Word.
I didn't listen to it like that, but from what I heard, it was a solid record. It was good. I wasn't mad at it, but I've never been like a diehard Billie Eilish fan, so I wasn't gunning for the album either way.
Right.
I didn't really have a dog in the fight album of the year this year anyways, to be real with you. I mean, I like Andre 3000. He's one of my favorite rappers all time, but it was...
What was he nominated for? The Flute album?
Yeah, he was nominated for that. So, for me personally, I didn't have a dog in the fight. It's not like Kanye or Kendrick or any of my all-time favorite artists were really nominated, so...
Question. Do you think if GNX was in the running for album of the year, do you think he would have won?
He might have. If anybody, I think if any rapper is gonna win album of the year, this one is
it's gonna be him. Yeah,
I really do. I don't think.
Did he ever win album of the year?
No, he didn't. He won rap album of the year plenty of times, of course. Now, do I think Chromacopia could have won? Yes. Yeah. And if I'm being real, out of those two albums, I think Chromacopia is the one I would want to see win album of the year over G. As much I love GNX, but Chromacopia just as an overall musical experience, I do think is a little bit more ambitious than GNX.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that, yeah.
It's a little bit more daring. It's a little bit more experimental. GNX is a great project, and obviously Kendrick is one of my favorites. He's in my top 5 favorite artists, but I got to give Tyler credit where it's due. He's been on a run. I do think that if anybody else, rapping-wise, deserves to win album of the year, it would be him.
Right.
But, yeah, on to the next one. Another major award for the night. Best new artist was Chappell Rowan. I don't listen to her whatsoever. Only really just heard of her really a couple of months ago, if I'm being completely honest.
The only time I've heard of her was when we did the nomination video.
Literally. At that point, I had only just heard the name. I didn't know who this person was from a can of paint, but apparently she's doing big numbers right now. Apparently she's found her fan base. She's found her following. So happy for her. Good for her. Yeah. Best New Artist, Sabrina Carpenter. She was nominated for that. Shabuzi was nominated.
Doechii,
yeah.
Wish she should have won, but
we can't say that though.
I can.
For real.
Yeah, I can.
I can. What? I'm not going to sit here and say,
and I will.
But my thing is that I don't know this artist's music like that. I know Doechii, I know Sabrina Carpenter, and I know a little bit of Shabuzi. I don't know Chapel Roan like that. I don't know her album. I've never heard a Chapel Roan song day in my life, other than when we was watching the Grammys and she performed.
Right.
So I don't know her offerings as an artist. So I'm not gonna sit here and say she don't deserve it.
I ain't gonna say she didn't deserve it. I just think Doechii should have won. Because if it's anything like if Chopper Roan's music is anything like Katy Perry's, like, oh, I'm a weird girl, this, that, and the third, I sing about being weird.
I don't know if that's a fair comparison, because I don't even think they really make music in the same lane though. I think that they are in two different genres. Now,
it don't matter. They stole a road, right?
Aesthetically, they're similar, I guess, to a degree, but I don't think that they make music that's anywhere. I think Chapel Roan is more kind of that weird, artsy, sort of off-kilter, sort of just kind of weird for that expression. I feel like she's more of a Gaga almost than she would be a Katy Perry.
Either way, it's the same difference.
How can you compare Lady Gaga to Katy Perry?
They both weird white women.
But Lady Gaga was much more of an artist. Katy Perry was more of a campy, sort of like just cheesy, sort of not take herself too serious. Like, she was very successful, but Katy was never one of those artists, in my opinion, that people looked at and like really hailed her like they hailed like Adele or some shit like that.
Fair point.
I don't think so.
But Lady Gaga was. I'll give you that. But with that being,
like Gaga was always considered more of an artist. Speaking of her, she won what was that, best pop duo performance or something with Bruno for that song Die With a Smile.
Yeah.
Haven't listened to it like that, but hey, shout out to both.
Bruno is one of my favorites.
Heavy, so I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, me neither. But either way, with that being said, Doechii still should have won.
Like I said, I don't listen to Chapel Roan, so I ain't gonna sit here and say she don't deserve it.
I thought Chapel Roan was a dude the first time I heard her name.
I'm not gonna lie, I did too. My fault. I just didn't know. I was ignorant.
I didn't really care.
Nah, I know. But yeah.
Yeah, on to the next.
Oh yeah, no. See, this one you'll appreciate this one. You'll appreciate this one. Best rap album, Doechii.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
Bites, Never Heal. I just listened.
Why is that the title? Why? You know why that's the title?
Hell if I know.
Either way, it's a great album. I enjoyed it myself personally.
I listened to it for the first time a few weeks ago. Like, yeah, no, I see why she's kind of heralded as the next one up, especially in that female lane. Because what I like about her that she does is she's kind of very vocally expressive and very eccentric.
Right.
Almost in the vein of a Kendrick before her, in a sense. The vocal inflections, the eccentricities, for sure. She can flow over a beat. I think she can sing.
Yeah.
She got a lot in her bag, and she's really only 26, I believe.
You're right. Yeah, she's not that much older than us.
So she's got a lot of potential.
No, I agree. Like, she's one of my favorite female artists, favorite new artists in general right now.
Yeah.
Because like after hearing her song "Crazy," better go crazy. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I do.
Like on the Madden soundtrack, I was just, you know what I'm saying, But
she had a fire performance. She had a fire performance at the Grammys.
Yeah.
She's one to look out for, definitely. I feel like technically this was a mixtape rather than an album, as far as I'm concerned. But hey, it don't matter to me.
Right, as far as
doing her thing.
Exactly, she deserved to win Best New Artist too. By the way.
I mean, you may have mentioned that once or twice.
Did I mention it again?
You mentioned it like 5 or 6 times already.
Can I mention it one more time?
No.
Okay. Well, let's go on.
but yeah, shout out Doechii.
Yeah, no, for real.
Really
Like, all jokes aside.
Like I said, overall, I think that this Grammys was one of the more memorable and one of the more exciting that I've seen in the last couple of years because there's a lot of up and coming artists, there's a lot of up and coming talent that I'm excited for in all lanes, in all aspects of music. Because I'm not just a rap fan, I'm just a fan of music in general, and I really do like what I'm seeing.
100%.
Our generation, our age coming up. Say what you will about Chapel. It's exciting to see a young artist like that kind of charting her own course.
Right.
And kind of following in the footsteps of artists that we grew up listening to. Same thing with a Sabrina Carpenter, Doechii. It just seems like there's a lot of new, young, up-and-coming talent in all lanes of music. So that's a very exciting thing.
Right. Now, and I just be joking about Chapel Roan. I'm sure she's talented.
For sure.
More or less.
I have to listen to her project. But what's crazy is that Billie Eilish is younger than all these people.
Yeah.
But she's been around so long, you would think that she's like 25, 26.
With that being said, do you think that she'll be kind of fading in the background?
No.
Compared to the rest of these cats?
No. I think Billie Eilish is already an established. I don't want to say she's a legend, but she's
in the making. I'll tell you that.
She's definitely a legend in the making.
Like I'm not the biggest Billie Eilish fan,
but there's no denying her impact. There definitely.
I'm the bad guy.
I don't think there's any denying the fact that Billie Eilish is at a point where she's gonna go down. She's already a household name, and if she just keeps making quality music and doing her thing, I really think Billie's gonna be one of them ones from our time that we look back on and like, oh yeah, I remember when this artist came up and she was doing her thing. I was at this point in my life when this song dropped. She's one of them artists that people are gonna be telling stories about as we get older, which that's well deserved. She's had the quality, she's had the consistency, she's had the longevity.
Right.
So I can't hate on Billie at all. But
I see your point.
But yeah, speaking of new up and coming artists, this one right here in particular, she had a couple of massive songs from last year, 2024, off of her album Short and Sweet. Sabrina Carpenter, she was nominated. She was nominated for and won Best Pop Solo Performance. That being for Espresso. Now that's a song that I feel like you can't escape. You couldn't escape it when it was really being played to death everywhere.
Right.
You couldn't walk out of your house or go on TikTok without hearing now, whatever the case may be.
Right.
You heard that Espresso everywhere you go. That's that me Espresso over and over again.
How the song go?
I'm not singing that.
Why not?
I got some pride.
Do it for Sabrina.
Hell nah.
Come on,
Sabrina
bro.
ain't watching this.
She might.
She ain't watching.
She probably will.
She ain't watching.
You know what? I can't wait to meet her one day. I'll show her. Come on, dog.
But yeah, nah, for sure. Espresso, best pop solo performance. Good for her. That song was everywhere. Song is massive. It was one of them songs you couldn't escape. Along with a song like a bar song, Tipsy. That was going crazy all summer. Espresso was in that.
Same with
Please.
$1 Million Baby is another one.
Yeah, for sure. I think Please won something else, I believe. But she won Best Pop Vocal Album. So
okay.
I think she won like 3 Grammys. Good for her, because the thing is, and she was nominated for Best New Artist, but the thing about Sabrina is that it feels like she's just now arrived, but she's been doing music for years and years. She's our age.
She's just getting her foot in the door now.
She's just now really had this breakout massive year, and I think Espresso was kind of the catalyst for that, because before she was on Disney, we know this.
She was?
Yeah, she was on Disney. I can't remember what show it was, but yeah, she was on Disney way back in the day, like the 2010s.
Ooh.
So she was doing music at the time when she was on Disney, but she's really kind of broke into her own with this album, Short and Sweet, because this is actually her 6th album. So she's been doing this for a minute, and good for her, because she put in the work, she put in the time, she's talented, she has everything that she needs in order to be a star, and I'm happy to see her seemingly get better and evolve over the course of her career. I can't wait to see what she does next. I think that she definitely is an artist to look out for. Maybe even the next Taylor Swift, which, hey, if she dethroned Taylor, I wouldn't be mad at it. It's not going to happen, but hey, one could only hope. But yeah, man, Sabrina, keep doing your thing, man. You're going fool out here. But yeah, I guess that's all the major artists and I guess awards I wanted to highlight for this section of the conversation. Now,
respect.
Let's go ahead and get into the. I guess one performance that definitely caught my eye was very out of nowhere. That being because
can I spoil it? Go ahead.
Background, The Weeknd, one of my favorite artists, just dropped a new album. Matter of fact,
it is really good so far. Y'all check it out, please.
For sure, definitely. He been doing his thing for a while, obviously, but he back in 2021 boycotted the Grammys that year because his album After Hours, despite yielding massive hits like Blinding Lights, Save Your Tears, he had a lot of songs that really touched culture that year, and he was not nominated for anything at the Grammys in 2021. So he straight up boycotted the Grammys, and this has been a long-standing boycott. He hasn't been back since, but they announced during the show that they listened to his complaints because really what it was about was lack of inclusion or diversity he felt, or transparency.
Right.
So they went and they established these organizations to kind of address the issues that Abel was complaining about. And so as a result, guess who came out? None other than The Weeknd himself to perform music from his new album, as we said, Fire. Mm-hmm. And he brought out a special guest that he just announced recently that he's going on tour with, none other than, just say it,
Playboy Cardi.
That guy.
Playboy Cardi, that dude.
That bum ass nigga. But but yeah, no, watching this performance, of course, Abel, he was solid. We already know one of the most talented singers of his generation. His success is more than earned.
Most definitely.
He showed up to bat, but Cardi, he on stage can barely even get a single word right, mumbling and fumbling and stuttering. All you hear is "see ya" over and over again, and it's just like
all you hear is what now?
"See ya." His ad-lib, that's literally all he said on the stage.
Yeah, no, literally,
we watched it live. We're like, I'm over here trying to listen to his performance, and I'm just like, what the.
Yeah. His perform portion of it wasn't very good.
It wasn't. It was mid at very best.
Right. It's just like he was like a cameo.
Yeah.
If anything.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that this was kind of sort of to preview what we can expect from their upcoming tour. Because, like I said, Abel, he's been on the After Hours Till Dawn tour since like 2022 or 3 in support of then After Hours, then it was Dawn FM, and now it's Hurry Up Tomorrow, the new album. And Cardi's supposed to be going on tour with him, and we're going to touch on this at some point in a different video, but with Cardi, it's just like, this guy is over here just not doing anything.
Not really.
This is the second year in a row he's performed at the Grammys as a guest performer, and we got no new album. We have no word on the album. He took notice that Kai on TV told him he needs to drop, and he reposted that, but it's not going to amount to anything. I just don't think Cardi cares or is focused. So, I just wanted to highlight that. Very strange performance on his part, not on Abel.
Right, yeah. The Weeknd, like, when he was dressed in that robe with the hood on and everything, I thought that was dope.
Yeah, it was doing that for a little bit.
It was a dope aesthetic.
Yeah,
I think this is the first time me seeing him actually perform on stage. So I thought it was very immaculate. It was very timeless.
I see what you did there.
But yeah, I thought the aesthetic was good, and on top of that, he's just a really talented artist, man.
Extremely talented.
Like, even from Worth It, I still sing that song to this day. Like, I still be listening to that. The way you waking.
And he's been around for a long time. He's been around since we were since before high school. And to see him get to this level of success that he has, it's crazy, but it's very much well earned.
Most definitely.
It was weird because it's almost like.
Glad he cut that hair though.
That's a whole different story.
That joker looked like a bunch of sand in his hair.
But yeah, no, it was like, it was really just a strange, really sort of contrast, because you got one artist who clearly is so dedicated and hyper focused on his art and gives it everything, and then you got an artist right here who just can't even get his own lyrics in his verse on his song right. So it's just a crazy comparison. But the final topic, the final thing I want to mention, I don't want to touch on this too much, man, because this guy right here, Kanye, my favorite artist.
I ain't gonna say nothing. Go ahead.
That guy. You know, he was nominated this year, which I was very surprised about because, as we know, Kanye's been in a lot of controversy since 2022. Basically been blackballed, low-key rightfully so, from the industry. He was nominated for Carnival. Now, Carnival was like one of my most listened to songs of last year. I had that song on repeat. But yeah, it was kind of cool to see Kanye back at the Grammys after what seems like years and years. But of course, Kanye, being himself, he couldn't just let the moment just be bigger than somebody other than himself. Tell me why he get on, because you know what is crazy? I seen on Insta a post, Kai Cenat meets Kanye West at the Grammys. I'm like, oh, that's cool because them two kind of had beef and they kind of buried the hatchet. I'm like, okay, that's a great thing. He's there. It seemed like he's gonna enjoy himself.
Yeah, well,
and then
there we go.
Then literally 30 minutes later, I refresh my timeline and I see a picture of him and his wife on the red carpet. But the only difference is that Bianca, his wife, isn't wearing the fur coat that she originally was seen wearing before, that I saw her wearing in the post before. The woman is literally
naked,
literally wearing nothing in front of all of these people. And I'm looking at this like, it's sad when it's to a point to where it doesn't surprise me. Because they've been doing stuff like this. Why would you, you on live TV, why would you do this?
Yeah.
You need attention that bad?
Yeah, apparently.
They need attention that bad?
When I saw that,
a billionaire, supposedly.
I literally said, what possessed you to do that? Ain't no way. I don't think this is this dude's actual wife, bruh. It can be, bruh. Can't be, bro.
For if it is.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. This can't be no love.
Because it's just like, why would you, assuming you as a grown woman with any amount of self-respect, why are you on the red carpet at the Grammys, one of the biggest events in the world? Why, an event that is viewed by millions of people around the world, why are you literally showing your ass for the entire world to see? Mm-hmm. He already does enough of that his damn self. But now he gotta have her add to it. You see why I don't really talk about him like that no more?
Right.
Like, this is my favorite artist of all time, but that's why you don't really see me much mention him like that anymore. He just do too much. Like, what is the point? And then Jaden Smith.
Wearing that castle on his head or something like that. Like, I'm gonna be real, man. I think Jaden will fuck them kids up. I'm not even about to lie. Like, them kids is broken, bruh. You can't convince me that they not.
Hey, that's artistic expression.
Bullshit.
Just like Bianca, that's artistic expression.
I don't want to hear.
Apparently, that was an attempt to recreate the Vulture's cover, as if the Vulture's cover.
Yeah,
was so iconic.
Right. I did peep
see
that.
it, though.
But my thing is, though, dog, like with the Smith family, man, Will and Jada did a number on them.
Had to
because them boy, that dude looked goofy. Like, his man wore a Batman costume at the Grammys one time.
Yeah, I remember.
Wasn't it
like a white Batman?
Yeah, it was white. Yeah, and then Willow just went off the deep end too. She don't show it as much, but you can tell.
Yeah, no.
And then them Red Table Talks, man, boy, they must have been taking some type of pills too, because them jokers.
I don't know what is going on with them. Like, they done. Kanye is gonna be Kanye. It's sad.
I think Kanye got mental health issues, bro. I'm convinced of that. But I don't think Will and Jada do at all.
I don't know what they
got going on.
Enough, Will was there. He managed to not slap somebody. That's crazy.
Right, his dumbass. Like, I'm just like, bro, why would you?
He managed to stand on stage and give a heartfelt tribute to Quincy Jones, and he didn't slap the taste out of somebody.
It's just weird. Like, I still talk about this almost to this day, but it's like, oh, let it go, Jay. It just dumbfounds me. Like, what possessed you to do that dumb shit, bro? Like, and you know, you.
Nigga from Boondocks. That's who. Like I said, that was a nigga moment.
I ain't my name. My mama didn't name me. Looking ass. Like
that was a nigga moment. I ain't gonna lie. If you watch Boondocks, you know what we talking about. That exactly. For sure was. That was a textbook example.
That boy a dummy.
But yeah, overall the Grammys were great, man. And you know, Kanye, obviously, it was funny because originally it was reported that they weren't invited. But realistically, even I question that. Right. Because it's like he was nominated, so by virtue of you being nominated, shouldn't you be allowed access to attend the ceremony? Mm-hmm. So what it was is obviously they just got escorted out for just indecent exposure. You got kids there. What is you doing?
You're right.
This is just such a stupid. It's just a bad. It's not just a stupid look.
Well,
it's not just a bad look. It's a stupid look.
Good thing this didn't ruin the night, though.
Low key.
The good thing it did not ruin the night. Thank God.
Low key, but yeah, overall the Grammys, man, were great. Yep. I had a good time with them.
Same.
It was a lot of fun. It reminded me of watching them back in the day in high school. You know, on a Sunday night right before school Monday. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a good time. It's nice to see that music seems to be overall doing good. It seems like,
especially hip hop.
Yeah, there's a lot of talent. There's a lot of people coming up that are kind of leading the new generation. Doechii, only 26. Sabrina Carpenter, 25. Billie Eilish, 23, even though it feels like she should be older. Who else? Chappell Rowan, 26. Just a lot of talent and just a lot of potential in the future for everybody involved musically. And we're just going to, I guess, call it at that. I think overall it was a good show.
Yeah, me too. I had a good time watching it. Congratulations, sure. Kendrick. Can't wait till the next album drops. And with that being said, I've been Jay.
This has been Rodney.
We are LATD. Remember, everybody, look at the details. Peace.